Well, this year I thought I'd do a vlog on something I've done ever since I was a kid, and that's fishing for carp. But the leaves are starting to hatch on the trees now. I've walked around this lake quite a few times recently, and I've seen the odd fish about. So I've got a rod on my back, my enough mat in the hand, and this is me in fishing. I don't like to go for long. I just like to go as a quick get out the house kind of thing. It's still early, the water's still warming up, but the fish are starting to be a bit more active as I've seen, so it's not guaranteed I'm going to see something, but say it's worth being on the ball just for an early fish. This lake is around 7 acres in size, holds around 300 to 500 carp. And my preferred way of fishing it is walking about, looking for the fish and putting a bait where I see them. It's near enough as dark as you can see through the water with a pair of Polaroid sunglasses now, and I've never seen anything, so well, I've had a walk about for about 2 hours, I haven't seen anything, so I'm off home now. I might pop back over. I've got a day off on Wednesday, so I might pop back over then. As I've never really talked about it as such on my channel before, fishing at times can be quite unmotivating, and then sometimes you only have to go once, catch one, or even just see one to want to go again. Well, I'm back. Well, it's a week since the last part of the vlog. I've actually been round once since. I came over on Wednesday afternoon for about an hour or two. Obviously I didn't see anything, I hardly vlogged much, so I left that bit out, but I'm back for what probably could be the third time of me not getting a rod out. But obviously there's always a chance I might see some fish. It could be worth a try on. Oh, that's the first thing I'd always do. I'm going to give my lens a wipe. Oh, it's sun, I think. Headphones off just so I can hear if any fish splash or anything. It's just been a 24-hour carp match, and I think there was about 12 anglers on it, maybe more, I'm not 100% certain, and I think there was 2 fish caught. It's obviously the Sunday afternoon, obviously because of the carp match you've only just reopened again, so chances are there's probably going to be nobody else on here fishing. Two ducks coming to see me here. Other than that, on the more serious side, let's try and get out and try and find some fish. This end of the lake here is actually out of bounds to fishing. It's a bird sanctuary, so it's like you can't get around there. It's like, and also it's like the lake as well, it's like you can't even walk round it. So if you want to get around the other side, you've got to go all the way back, like down that way and then round again. You know, a lot of the fish congregate. You know, that's ducks there, like now. Where that reed bed is, for me it's probably about 120 yard chuck, and from peg to it's probably about 100 yards. Oh well, I'm on my way home now, 3 times in a row about putting the rod out, which may sound a waste of time to some people, but I didn't see anything, so obviously I wasn't close to a chance. So in my opinion, it's no different to like sitting there not catching fish. And this lad had his was over there flying his drone, and the out of bounds area was absolute blacked out of fish. So that's where they're all at a minute, but that ain't unnormal for this time of year. Like, I mean, it's still only early days. It's like obviously, well, it's the end of March, April, about probably just over a week. I mean, this is like northern England, where it takes much longer to warm up than the south. But yeah, the clocks have gone back now, and obviously it's not getting dark till after 8. I had nearly finished from work today. I was going to come round to the rod, but I thought, I was like, pressure's low, so it'd be a good chance then, like, I could get a rod out. But fortunately we've had some people doing some work at my home, so I couldn't get to my gear because the tools were in the way. So by the time I messed on getting that stuff out of the way, it would have been getting on. So I thought it's worth just having a walk about to see if I can see any fish about, and I get an idea what's happening. Why I've been over there, wasn't 100% certain if it was a carp, but I seen a fish crash out, well, probably about 30 yards out. So they're starting to get in the move, which is a good sign. I mean, after it has an half warm, well, say has an half, starting to warm up now at least. Ah well guys, it's about 6 o'clock in the morning, and it's a Sunday morning, and the time of year started again, where the early mornings start about probably once a week. You know, well, I say early morning, and obviously if we're going to get earlier as it comes more into summer. It's only about 7th of April now. Right, as it said, the early bird catches the worm. I've put some pellets in the margin here, and there's been a little bit of a cloud, but there's been some ducks about, so I'm just keeping an eye on it for a bit and see if any fish return. I had a walk round on my walk round on Wednesday night. I seen a fish exactly where I'm stood now. Ah well, I've finally seen a fish in the edge. I'd previously seen one in the edge down here earlier in the year. Obviously I put some pellets on this spot earlier. I could have easily ignored this bit, but sometimes it's just worth looking in other areas. Oh well, I gave that spot about 20 minutes, didn't see anything else or that fish come back, so I went and looked on the other spots. But it's now about 8:30 and I'm going to go home now and just chill for the rest of the day. So at least of my day off isn't spent tiring myself out fishing. It's just a quick way of getting out. I do a quick little fishing session on the morning, and then I let myself just enjoy the rest of the Sunday. Well, it's been a tough start to the year so far. It's now halfway through May, and I've had a rod out handful of times. Often when I've seen fish, they've been few and far between. But this evening, I thought I'd spare bit of time after work, and I've only I'm off now, home now. I was only here for about an hour and a half. Obviously I have to be up early for work tomorrow, so I don't want to wear myself out too much, but here's the result. Well, 2 days since catching that fish, I'm back again for the quick hour or so. I've already seen 2 fish, and I spent about 20 minutes where I seen them, and obviously they never came back, so I'm on the move again. But might not help. So with these, yeah, you probably get what I would have said, making a load of racket and just casting about like they're just playing the rods and not fishing. I've baited up another spot. I'm going to go and have a look at it now and see if there's any fish there. Well, I'm off home now. Another 2 hours of catching bobball. Well, I say 2 hours. It's more like about an hour probably. Well, it's a few evenings on. I've just having to walk around putting some pellets in the edge. I've just came across another divvy who thinks, he can tell me everything about him, or what's going on and all that. I'll tell you something, some Muppets fish this lake. All this stuff like which comes off the trees is often a good spot to look on, because actually the fish like feeding on it. Well, where I've stood now, the water is clouded up a little bit, so I know this is a key spot as well, so I'm going to pay more attention and keep my eyes on the key spots more for longer. Well, I'm now on my way home. I was there for 2.5 hours, and I'll give a score. Fish about 8, Mike nil. The fish proper tortured me, and the proper feeding of me spot up for hours on end, and we managed to avoid the hook bait. Well, it's an absolute bouncing wet afternoon. I had different plans, but I knew I just had to cancel them to go fishing. Been here a couple of hours, had the fish absolute torture me, feeding over my spot, frozen in without touching hook bait. Kept coming back at least, and now we've finally got one in the net. Let's have a look. Yeah, let's get out and do the pictures. Well, despite catching a fish, that session ends in absolute disaster. My bit of what holds the camera, like my phone on the tripod, broke as I was about to put my phone on to do the fish picture. That's a bit of a weird angle of one of me holding it, because I had to rest it on against the bottle and I got my bag on the floor. And not just that, I've got some more bad news. My rod's got a problem, and I've kind of broke it due to the fact another problem. First problem, first time I've ever had this happen, honestly. These rods have been so good to me. Hang on. Can't get the retractable butt section to go in. In 8 years I've had these rods for. Also, while I was trying to fix it, I broke the ceramic out the eye. And that job isn't a hard job to get fixed. But thankfully I have another one exactly the same I can always use. Well, I'm not rode out for about a week now. But today it's been quite low pressure. Yeah, the sun's out now. It's quite late in the evening. It's getting near enough. 8 p.m. now. It's probably about 2 hours of light left. So thought it could be a good day to try and wingle a fish out. Just about a minute away from the lake now, so I'll talk more when I get to the lake. Well, I was debating today whether to come down early in the morning, but then the weather changed and it got cloudy. And to tell you the truth, do I love getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning? No, but I love it when I catch a fish. But I didn't have to do that this time because the weather changed and I could tell it was the right conditions to have a go. Hang on, down this margin right here, it's all clouded up, so I could tell a fish had been feeding down there. And then so I thought, put some pellets on, give a bit more watch, starts clouding up even more. The watercolour has changed slightly, which makes things tricky. Yeah, I was signs fish are feeding, had the rod out for about 5 minutes, and then that lovely commons the result. Just killing an hour on it or two on an evening after work. These are the rigs I've been using. Just a helicopter rig, a short hook link and 2 bits of plastic corn, and then I'd put a small PVA bag about as big as no bigger than a 50p piece of pellets on. Yeah, I decided to go shorter with my hook links because I've watched the fish feed in the last couple of weeks and they're like feeding really close to the bottom, so I think a 6-inch hook link was too long because like we're proper scuffing away at the bottom. Now pretty much nearly dark now, but I might just look at some of the other spots, put some pellets on, see if I can get myself a second one. Yeah, I've been baiting up right down here where it's quite shallow, but it would be a spot where, if I can, I'd love a fish in such shallow water. If anything, I've probably caught them in shallower before. Well guys, thank you all for watching. Please drop a like, subscribe, and goodbye.